Hello guys, good evening. As Monday is here, so let's do our Forex weekly analysis for the complete week. So starting with the dollar index chart, you can notice the dollar index candlestick wise has formed a rejection. We wouldn't call it as a proper pin bar formation because it's not sticking out. If it was sticking out from the previous 3-4 candles, it would have been placed properly. So with candlesticks, placement is very important. But still, if you notice, it is at a very strong support, right? And if you see candlestick as an individual candlestick market, if you try to see the dominance of buyers and sellers, and if you would notice this candlestick, market opened and then it went down. It did a almost complete 100% pullback is what you can see. It again got rejected at the same support, and then buyers came into force and pushed the market up by the end of the week. So again, this candle is representing that the market should be on the upside. It's constantly getting rejected at these prices, and buyers come into force at these prices. So it's indicating for buy. It's just taking some time. So again, this week I'll be on the buying side of dollar. And like I said last time, I would be targeting somewhere till here. This is my first resistance level till where I'll be targeting uh, dollar. After that, it depends on the candle closing, how the candlestick forms. So that's about dollar for this week. Again, I'm bullish. And let's check oil also, oil and gold chart. So oil, if you notice, there's a small slight rejection here. And if you see market is playing around this level from 2-3 weeks, reason being this is a very strong level of Fibonacci. If you notice, it's exact 61.8% level, and market is constantly rejecting that level. So since till the time market is playing below 61.8 and is getting rejected at the resistance, I would be on the sell side of oil. So I would be selling oil, and since I'm selling oil, so Canadian dollar is positively correlated with oil. So for Canadian dollar also, I'll be on the sell side. So dollar buy, Canadian dollar bearish. So USD CAD should be a buy. I mean, I should be looking to take a buy call here. And if you notice, we have a proper breakout pullback setup formed last 2 weeks back. And after that, market hasn't moved much, but it hasn't broken the low also. So after some pullback, you can be on the buying side, and your first target somewhere around should be this level. So till here, I'm expecting USD CAD to go up. So if you see, this moving average has become flat because of the sideways movement. But what you have to do is you have to go to a smaller entry time frame, and then you should look to buy USD CAD, dollar buy, Canadian dollar sell. If oil breaks out on the upside, then scenario would change. That we'll take a call next week on the basis of the weekly closing. But for this week, we'll be looking to sell oil and buy dollar. Okay. Now let's check gold chart as well. So gold is clearly showing the momentum on the upside, but after long consolidation. But if you notice, still it's will not be considered as a proper breakout. First reason is it's just constantly forming highs, but it's not clearly breaking it out. This horizontal breakout is not with also a very strong body dominant candle. It's a small candle, though it's body dominant. And another reason why I'm saying that is I would show you where it's exactly is just now. So if you don't want to zoom out the chart this much, you can also you see the same thing on a monthly time frame. Okay, or you can, I'll show you there as well. See, what I'm trying to say is this is a very strong level, strong resistance level. Okay, and you can see a rejection somewhere around here. This level will not be breaking that soon, because if you notice from the past, this is almost at the highest, almost the high point gold has reached. So to break out this, it would take a strong body dominant candle to break out this. If you see in a weekly chart also, it's at a similar level. You just have to zoom out your chart and you would have to see that. So every time market has come to that level from in 2011, 2012, after 2012, finally it has reached at this price at 2020. So this will take some time to break. So if you're buying, I would not want to buy at this current price, though the candlestick has closed bullish, but I would wait for this level to break and then I would be buying gold. So gold, honestly, I would say try to stay out because gold has been a very sideways movement from last many weeks, and it's very much correlated with dollar, but that's not happening in the current scenario. So I would try to stay out a little, especially with gold. So if you want to trade intraday, you can buy at the support, sell at the resistance. That you can do in smaller time frame. I'm talking in terms of long-term perspective. I would just try to see what's exactly happening, because if market falls from here, what had happened previously, see the momentum of the fall which it has done. So that you can expect in gold as well. And since dollar is looking to go up, there's a chance that gold can fall down because generally it follows the inverse correlation. So that ways. Now let's just check our major pairs. So starting with Euro USD, if you notice, the candle which has closed previous week, it's like a dollar chart. It's rejecting the resistance. Won't be called as a pin bar because it's not placed at a proper positioning, but it's exactly at the resistance. So it's a rejection candlestick for sure. It's rejecting, if you notice from last few weeks, it's constantly rejecting this price and sellers are coming into force. So yeah, I would be bearish on Euro USD, being bullish on dollar. So automatically bearish for Euro USD. Now GBP USD also, GP looks even more weak than Euro, if I have to say that. If I have to choose between Euro and GP, GP looks even more weak because the way the candles are forming. And like last week, I am expecting GP to fall down further, at least till this first support is what I'm looking at. And you see from here, this was a breakout pullback level. And from here, it's just slowly falling down. So in between Euro and GP, like seeing the candlestick charts itself, I said that GP looks more weak, which means Euro GP as a chart should look bullish. So let's open that, see. Euro GP as a chart is looking bullish despite of Euro also being on the sell side, GP also being on the sell side, but GP is more weaker. Okay, so that's why second pair being more weak, that's why Euro GBP looks like to go up. So it also depends in 2 week which is more weak. So GBP looks more weaker than Euro, and that's why Euro GBP looks like a buy. Now let's move to AUD and New Zealand. AUD USD weekly chart. So it's again a rejection at the resistance. Rejection candlesticks are not sticking out, but it's clearly representing the area where it's formed. It's a strong area of sell. If you see this resistance, if you draw it like this, or if you draw it the previous way I had drawn, so whatever way you are looking at, you can draw in that ways. Basically, it's looking like a sell, and first support is what I see, this moving average. And if it breaks below, then you can target even further. So that's about AUD USD looking like a sell for sure. And if you see New Zealand USD also same, rejection candle not sticking out, but again where it's forming, it's exactly forming at the resistance, right? So I would be on the sell side of New Zealand USD. So in between AUD and New Zealand, which is more weaker, if you have to choose between the two, you can check AUD New Zealand as a chart. Okay, so AUD New Zealand is playing around 200 moving average, if you see, and it's acting as a resistance. So clearly AUD is looking more weaker, because if AUD NCD is looking like a sell, which means AUD is looking more weak than New Zealand. So as per the priority between Euro and GP, GP was looking more weak. In between AUD and NCD, AUD is looking more weak. So let's check between GP and AUD, which looks the weakest. So here, these are clearly AUD looks, GBP looks very weak. So, and it's, I think it has broken the support area also. So it's looking, GP clearly everywhere, I think is looking like a sell, and it has started falling as also. So if you see GP CHF clearly falling down, GP JPY also looking to go down at least till there. So again, like last week, this week also my concentration would be on GBP on the sell side, and after that it would be AUD or Euro. You can check by checking the Euro AUD chart. So Euro AUD chart, if you see weekly, it's more like an indecisive, small candles are forming, right? So basically, you can say both are equally weak. And then New Zealand is less weak in comparison to all other the weak charts. So now let's check USD CAD. Now CAD, if you also remember, we decided we are on the sell side of CAD. So let's check Euro CAD as a chart. So Euro CAD, if you see, the weekly candle has closed bullish, right? And the setup also what we have is more like a swing breakout, and then it's doing the pullback consolidation here. So, but overall, if you try to understand with the candlestick, CAD is looking more weaker than Euro also. CAD is looking more weaker than, let's say, AUD and NCD, right? AUD CAD bullish candlestick, but here with AUD, you need to be careful because it's formed exactly at the resistance. So there's a possibility market can fall further from here, and AUD can become even more weaker. So in order to prioritize just now this week, clear sell is looking like GBP. Then Canadian dollar also a lot depends on oil. So keep tracking oil. If oil is falling down, definitely Canadian dollar should be on a priority to sell. Then Euro, AUD, and NCD are also looking on the sell side, but not as weak as GBP. Okay, so that's ways you can see. Now we are left with CHF, USD, CHF. Let's check that. So USD CHF, if you notice, we have a slight rejection, half body, half candlestick, which basically means it's not that weak. Basically, CHF is looking strong, but not as strong as dollar, but still on the stronger side, rather being on the sell side. So CHF looks bullish. So pair like GP CHF should be a very good trade. Reason being, GP we are bearish and CHF we are bullish, so you can expect a good fall in this. See, it's already happening, right? And let's say AUD CHF should be a good sell. See, we have a small rejection. Rejections are not standing out, but it's continuing the momentum what it gave few weeks back. So it is expected to continue the bearish momentum till here. If you notice, let's say CAD CHF, okay. CAD CHF also, see, it's looking to continue the bearish momentum. So we got the breakout pullback set up here, right? And then after that, we have back-to-back bearish candlestick, and it is still expected to go further down. So if you see, this was a bullish channel sort of a formation which has broken down, and it is expected to go down further. So CHF is not looking on the weak side, but generally Euro, if it's looking weak, then CHF also is on the weaker side, but it's not so. Euro is slightly on the weaker side, and CHF is more on the stronger side, which you can see checking USD Euro CHF as a pair. So Euro CHF, if you see the previous candlestick, it tried to go up, but it clearly got rejected again. So it shows the momentum of the sellers. So Euro CHF, Euro on the sell side, CHF on the buy side. Now last is USD JPY. Let's check JPY pairs. So USD JPY, if you notice the candlestick Y, dollar is bullish, and so we have rejection. It's more like CHF candlestick itself, half body. I mean, it came down till here, got rejected completely, and then closed bullish. So definitely dollar looks the strongest out of all the pairs. So buy dollar is the best thing. Apart from that, CHF is looking slightly bullish, and JPY is looking slightly indecisive in the sense against GBP, JPY would be strong, right? Basically GP, JPY a sell. Against AUD, JPY should be strong, right? Because AUD, JPY should be signaling from the downside. But let's say against CHF, JPY, it's showing again bullish, right? It's a bullish engulfing sort of a pattern, and if you notice, it's more like this breakout pullback and engulfing sort of a pattern where CHF is looking strong, and against CHF, JPY is looking weak. So against the strong pairs, JPY is looking weak, like dollar, like CHF, but against the weak pairs like GBP, Euro, AUD, all those pairs, Canadian dollar, JPY is looking strong. So basically you can say it's in between. It is weak against strong currencies, and it is strong against weak currencies. So yeah, that's what is my analysis. Definitely this week I'll be focusing on dollar mainly, and if dollar strengthens, every other currency becomes weak. So that would be the highlight, and especially against GBP, I'll focus a lot on GBP pairs, and I would try to trade GP USD or GP CHF or GP JPY. These first three priorities, especially GP USD and GP CHF, because those will be paired against these strong currencies, right? GP against strong dollar, GP against strong CHF, right? Against, if not GP, then I would focus a lot on AUD, on Canadian dollar. I'll keep checking the oil chart on a daily basis. Like, you can keep checking the daily closings, and if this consolidation breaks on the downside, if the candle closes below this moving average, and then it would confirm for sell, and then I would be bearish for Canadian dollar also. So things are correlated, things are connected, and if you understand correlation, things become better. Like, you can choose better currencies to trade and better setups to trade, because what happens, there's so many pairs and there's so many markets to trade. Your funneling down process should be very strong, and correlation helps you to funnel down to best possible trades. So that ways correlation becomes a little technical when you see it for the first two times, like I always say. So keep watching it regularly. Try to do your analysis as well on Sunday itself, and then we can match up. You can watch this video and match your analysis. And then any queries, you can post your comments on the comment box, and I would try to clarify all of that. Okay, guys, thank you for the week. Have a good trading week. Trade with proper risk management, and I'll see you again next Monday. Thank you, guys.